I think it's working now. Yeah. I think the headphones are working too. I'm not sure. Let me play something real quick.
So
All right,
initially,
yeah, it's working. I saw it. I just went to a YouTube video and stuff. I can hear you. You can hear? Okay. I probably need a few minutes to like kind of let myself breathe and stuff cuz I'm like really anxious to like talk about this and stuff, but it's like I've been putting up with this for like far too long, and it makes me so nervous to even bring this up because like God, because there's been so many times where we were both told to like mind our business and just to go our separate ways and stuff, but like he wouldn't leave me alone, and I tried to mind my own business and stuff, but like he wouldn't like let me be. So and it would result into more harassment and spreading like lies and shit to like people who I was like friends with and like were peers with and stuff, like other streamers and stuff, to try and get more hate onto me, you know? So like it feels like whatever I do, I'm always going to end up really hurt about this. And it's always going to stress me out because if I don't say anything, I mind my own business, then this is going to be a repeating issue that's never going to get solved. But if I talk about this right now, then like there's a high chance like I'm just making a fool out of myself and I'm taking his rage bait and stuff, and I'm still going to end up hurt about this. But I've thought about this again and again and again and again today because I feel at the end of it, people should know the truth about him, about what I've been through, what about my wife has been through. You know, some of his former friends, have been through, have put them up with this. So, like that's where I'm at right now. So it's damned if I do, damned if I don't type of situation and stuff. But um, I'm gonna just let myself breathe real quick to kind of like think about how to like start this and stuff because I don't know where to start because it's like if I start at like the very beginning and stuff, it's gonna get too convoluted because it's already a long like situation to try to like talk about, you know. So it's like I'm trying to like figure out like where to start this, because it started before he made his Google Doc on me back in February and stuff. It's better to say something than nothing because as long as you're telling the truth, you'll be fine. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. But it's like, because I've been getting a lot of conflicted like opinions on this because I want to tell the truth. I have all the evidence too. I've like quickly, not quickly, excuse me. I've like made a folder, collected like all the receipts and all that stuff, right? But if I don't say anything, then it's this issue is never gonna get solved. You know what I mean? Everybody goes through something tough. Yeah, no, exactly. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. And if anybody like comes in late, I'll make this message. Hold on a sec. I'll pin this. I'll pin this. There we go. At the start. So that way, anyway, sorry to hear that things have been great. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get into why. Um, yeah, we'll get into why. But no, I made that pinned message right there, so just in case anybody does come in late, they'll know. Hey, wait until I post the VOD, and then you can watch the whole thing to get the full context. You know what I mean? So you're not missing anything. You know. Honestly, you always want to find the right time to say something, because if you say it too fast, you'll get mixed up, and honestly, go at your own pace. I appreciate you for being understanding. I appreciate, I always miss shit. Okay, thank you. Um, well, you didn't miss anything yet. I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm trying to collect my thoughts so I can go at this at a reasonable pace, so I'm not like, this is already an irrational decision that I'm making, but like, I want to like, I don't want to say be professional about it, but just like go at it at a pace. You know what I mean? At a reasonable pace. So, I guess I shall start here. Display capture. I'll get this. So, if I mute this, there's all the folders. Okay. All right, then we'll just go on the off of this screen and stuff. I will zoom it in a bit more. I don't know if I should use a text-to-speech thing, because it's like, if I feel like if I read this whole thing, um, I'm just gonna get very lightheaded, because I'm already like anxious and like breathing out of my chest like a lot to begin with. Oh shit, hold on, I'm sorry. I forgot to turn all this off. Excuse me. Yeah, no, I want to turn all this off. Turn all this off. Yeah. Where's the? There we go. Sorry. I didn't mean to leave that on. I forgot to turn all that off. My bad. Take your time and do some deep breathing if you need to. Thank you. I'm having deja vu of myself. Probably not the great to use TTS. Just use the doc as a reference for each one of your points. Well, no, I was gonna read the whole doc, but like, I don't know if like I should read it and get myself lightheaded, or just have a TTS bot just read it out for me. But I was gonna read the whole thing, like regardless, so you're not missing any of the context. Because at least if I use the TTS to like have it read it for me, then like it'll give me a minute to kind of like collect myself and catch my breath and stuff. That's what I was thinking of, you know. But if you want me to read it, that's fine. I'll just go at my own pace and read it and stuff. So, context. This was a Google Doc that FemboySandwich made about me back in the Google Doc. It's not. No, it's only a page and a half. It's only like 2 pages. But regardless, this was a doc he made about me back on Valentine's Day of this year, back in February of this year. The reason for this happening was because a couple of days prior, or a week prior to this, Sandwich was suspended on Twitch. Had his Twitch account suspended for, I believe, a whole week. I don't know what it was, but from what I remembered at the time, he was still doing his thigh cam stream, which he would have the webcam pointed at his lap and thighs while maintaining a 16 plus audience. So there were several minors in his streams at the time. This was shortly before he switched it to 18 plus safer work. He was still wanting to be 16 plus. So there was minors coming into his stream. Sorry, there was minors coming into his stream while the webcam's just pointed at his thighs and lap the whole time. That's what I remembered. So, what was it? There was the issues with Sandwich and I were getting a little bit public during this time, because I will say I will be kind of like tuning out chat a bit, so I'm gonna be facing this way and stuff. So if you say something I don't catch it, I'll come back later, you know. Because during this time, Sandwich and I were having back and forth on Twitter because his account was getting suspended. I'll admit, I made a tweet, like about it, talking about it and stuff, which was, I'm gonna fully take responsibility and say that was unprofessional of me at the time and stuff because, like, I remembered the issue being it was not just me telling him this, but it was two of his former mods too, which was Pink Sakura Ito and Mintley at the time too, who were both of his former moderators, his Twitch mods at the time, who told him straight up to his face that with the content that he was making with this lap thigh cam stream, while trying to maintain a 16 plus audience, was not going to work because, his account was going to get reported and suspended for that. He chose to ignore them and continue with the 16 plus, branding of this. It bit him in the ass and he got suspended for a week. And then I made a "I told you so" tweet talking about it, which was just a GIF, I can't remember which GIF it was. I think it may have been the Kendrick at the Super Bowl because that was like really hot during that time. So it may have been that. But regardless, though, yeah, I did laugh about it because A, I did think it was funny because it was a "I told you so" situation. B, I do take accountability and admit fault about how unprofessional that was. So I don't want to say I'll take the L, but like I will take fault for that. I will take accountability. I shouldn't have made the tweet, which led to this. And I feel like a lot of this situation, before I even talk about it, a lot of it stems from us trying to rage bait each other on Twitter. I am guilty of trying to rage bait him. He will not admit it, but I do have, receipts of him actively trying to rage bait me on Twitter as well too. And I guess today's stream is the result of that because if you aren't aware, he is still spreading a serious accusation, lie, and rumor about me to not only his audience but to other streamers as well too. Some of them being former friends of mine, in which they ended up blocking me because of it. So right now is at the point where I'm wanting to clear up everything about this, to clear my name, and to show you exactly the type of person that FemboySandwich is. All right? I would have kept quiet about this because we talked to a bigger streamer back in March or April about this situation, and their suggestion was to prevent this from getting any bigger, we both go our separate ways and mind our own business. We block each other. That's the end of that. We both go. Over time, I have been receiving harassment. Sorry, my voice cracked. I have been receiving harassment, and it's hard to use this word, but just bullying, lies, and manipulation on Sammie's end, not just from his audience, but from him as well too. It is a very, very petty thing that his behavior has become very petty within the past several months. This issue has been going on for a year now. I'll be in the back banning anyone who causes problems. Thank you, Bose. And slander too. Yes, slander. Thank you. I have been receiving harassment, slander, just lies spread about me from Sandwich's end, not just from his audience, not just from his friends, but by himself as well. And today I want to go over everything, even on his end too, which we're starting by reading his Google Doc. So I'm not missing anything. There is nothing to leave out during this whole situation. You're not missing any context. You're not I'm not trying to be deliberate or malicious with this whole thing. This is me showing everyone the type of person that Sandwich is, because their whole branding is that they like to spread positivity on the internet and spread good vibes and stuff. And today I'm going to show you that that is not the type of person that, Sandwich is. So give me a minute. Back to this Google Doc. This Google Doc was made Valentine's Day of this year. This was the result of this was because my friend Rel, who I think I met around during this time, I believe. I could be getting it wrong, though. It was around early this year is when I met Rel. Talked to me about the sandwich situation because she saw me, Sandwich and I back and forth on Twitter during this time and stuff. She asked me about the context of this. I gave her the proof and evidence about what he's done to me, my wife, and two of his former mods, which we will get into today, which is the really trigger warning parts for people that, yeah. So I gave all that. Rel, I think the next day or like a day or two, like that week, made a stream talking about the, all this. Even, I believe, showed evidence as well, too. I'm not sure. But Rel talked about this whole situation on stream. And I will cover Rel's side of it, too, because she received harassment during that stream from, I believe, two of Sandwich's moderators during that. And I do have the screenshots to talk about that. As well as, I don't want to be 100% sure, but there is a weird Twitch account during when Rel got harassed that I'm speculating that it's Sandwich on an alt account that was made during that time. And I really want to be wrong about that, because because it's a heavy accusation. But I don't know why they won't stop talking about you. It's nonstop. Legit. That's the thing, though. Because it's like, I moved on. I want to, move on with my own stuff. I'm trying to, worry about what I want to worry about, right? I got a house and a wife and a family to take care of, And it's like, I want to grow on Twitch and stuff, right? But it's like, it sucks because, doing this is a motivational killer. Having to deal with this, it's at this point, the way Sandwich is going about this it is malicious. It is malicious to be spreading lies about this. Okay, so I keep going back and forth. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, and that will happen a few times during this stream. So I do want to apologize if I'm going off of another subject. Let me know. Okay. So this Google Doc right here, this was made in result of what Rel talked about on her stream about the whole situation. Hi everyone. I want to thank you for the support as my first year of streaming is coming up. My main goal on the internet is to spread positivity and have a Twitch community where people support and lift each other up. I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that line, okay? Because that promise right there is going to get disproven today. This is the main issue that I have with Sandwich. They brand themselves as someone who wants to spread positivity on the internet and have a supportive Twitch community, that could lift people up. And he has not been doing a good job at keeping that promise. That's one of the issues I have. Through the amazing viewers and streamers I've met, I believe I made an awesome and wholesome community. I cherish the Sandwich family wholeheartedly. This posting is my response to a negativity I've been receiving from certain people in the femboy space this month. I want to clear the air. I am not here to change anybody's minds, opinions on the implied individuals. I would like to explain my side of the story because they have been trying to cancel me and I have been trying my best to not let it get to me. I do not encourage or condone the spread of hate in my defense or on my behalf. Please respect everyone involved. Thank you. I would like to also tell you this too. So that's why I don't see them in my feed. Good thing I haven't followed them. Yeah, this is why I this is why I also want to tell you guys too. Because I have issues with FemboySandwich does not mean you have to go and harass them. I do not condone that. If I do find out that you are going into their chats, their Twitch, their Discord, harassing them, you will be banned from my community because I do not fucking support that. Okay? Okay, next. For those of you who do not know, before I made my Safe for Work account, I had an NSFW account. I decided to delete my NSFW account because of the attention that I was getting was disturbing and impacting my mental health. After I switched to being Safe for Work only, I have been able to express myself in a more genuine and be more positive. This upward trend continued to rapid grow of my channel, socials, and community. Sadly, with ups, there comes down. I don't understand why you need to bring up the growth of your channel during a situation like this. That could just be a me thing, you know, like more power to you. I don't want to, I'll bring this up later too. I think I may have screenshot it as well too. The reason why he branded Safe for Work, he told me, and I don't know how much I believe this, like in a private call, he told me that he was having a spiritual awakening during that time in his life because he was doing NSFW content, but he had a spiritual awakening one night and decided to not do NSFW content anymore, as well as not be associated with any NSFW content creators, which that promise of his ended up not being true because he is still friends and mutuals with a lot of people who make NSFW content. You probably know a few of them. So, yeah. Anyways. Drama soon caught up with me as I grew. I've met and interacted with toxic individuals that I decided to part ways with because of how uncomfortable they made me feel. And this is one of the things too. The reason why I believe that you'll notice a pattern too as we move along. The reason why I believe that a lot of people automatically side and just take word for granted, because if you notice, there's like no screenshots or proof like at all in this whole Google Doc. And the reason why I believe this is because he's leaving out names. He's leaving out names of individuals that cause him issues of this. Because if you were just to like put my name all over this without no screenshots, right? It would look bad on his part because you're accusing someone of something. Hey, where's the evidence to back this up? You know? But the fact that you disguise names, if the fact that you leave out names because of this, it's more interpreted as like a general statement to people. It's more of an interpretation as general statement. So people are just going to end up being like, you know what, if it's a general thing, I feel bad for you. That's how that's just how people are, you know? And it sucks, you know? Because a lot of things can be persuaded by making general statements. And I've learned this lesson the fucking hard way, trust me. I used to be in the YouTube commentary community, and a lot of people just made general statements there about their beliefs and accusations and shit, you know? But, like, a lot of you need to show proof, even if it's like one fucking screenshot. There's like nothing here, you know? So, anyways, lately people have been spinning a narrative that I have been that has been attacking my character and only explain half of the story. One person in particular has publicly expressed that they have been hurt by things I have said to them. The things I have said to them are true, and it takes a lot to get me. And it takes a lot to get me happy. And it takes a lot to get me a happy-go-lucky person to reach a boiling point like that. This person in particular mentally manipulated me into being their friend. That right there is not true. That right there is not true. We'll go into later on why that is. But there's only been one side of mental manipulation, and we'll get into that later. But that's another thing to remember. Also, too, I hope you guys can like read this too, because I'm looking on the second monitor too, and it looks like the text is like fading into the background. If you need me to zoom up a bit, or zoom it in a bit, just let me know. Yes, we can. Okay. I met them when I was creating SFW content. When I decided to go safe work, they said I changed for the worse. I'm not joking. Right there is when you take things out of context. So I explicitly told them in DMs, and I believe I have it right here. Yeah, these are all screenshots from the Twitter thread I have. I believe I explained it. And I will be reading my Twitter thread too that I've had since February. So it's like I'll be going over that too, so I can like picture by picture go within the theme of it here. But I do bring up this part too. I did say he did change for the worst because at the time he wasn't treating me like a good friend. He was treating me like shit, and he was deliberately trying to push me away and like not wanting to hang out with me and stuff. But like I felt confused because I wanted to bring up with him, hey, did I do anything wrong? Because we were like really close friends. If older people remembered last year from like either from my streams or his streams, we would collab daily where he would play Val, I'd hop on, I would play something, he fucking hop on. So it's like I was under the impression we were like really good friends. And then all of a sudden you see a friend just push another friend and just not want to talk to them anymore. It leaves some people confused. Hey, am I doing something wrong? I feel like we're drifting apart. There's an issue going on here. Let's try and discuss this. What's the issue and stuff. But sooner or later, it became to him pushing me away to just him being unnecessarily rude to me sometimes, even in like while we're in his VC and his server and stuff. It would just like even it's not just me that believe that too. Two of his former mods, Pink, Sakura Ito, and Mintley, agreed with the statement too when I brought this up to them. Hey, Sandwich has changed. I don't like how he's been acting lately. He's been kind of mean and rude lately, which is what I told him. I don't know if he just deliberately took it the wrong way, manipulatively took it the wrong way, maliciously took it the wrong way. Regardless, though, he took it the wrong way. And when he was yapping to me about his spiritual change and stuff, I told him he was changing for the worse because he was acting like a dick to me. And not just me, but to a few others as well, too, at the time. So there's manipulation right there. That right there gave me all the reason I needed to separate myself from this individual. Below are more examples of things that have made me feel uncomfortable falling about. And I'll go through these one by one. That's a long-ass fucking thing. Basically going to report someone on a platform of the sport, giving them an essay to make... Yeah. This person would call me their best friend, which made me feel uncomfortable because I've only known them on the internet for a couple months. I wouldn't call them... I never called them a best friend. I never ever did. I called him a close friend because we hung out every single day. And he would invite me on his streams all the time. And he would invite me to hang out with him in VC all the time, as well as I did. So at the time, I considered him a close friend. I never once called him a best friend. As if like that was like a bad thing, you know? But whatever. That's whatever. The people are different, right? But I never called him that. Asked me to visit them to make SFW content, even though they were in a committed relationship. That right there is heavy. Sandwich knew that I'm married to Flora, and I will admit right now on stream we are in an open relationship and stuff. We did collaborate with other SFW content creators like back in September and stuff. This right there is basic manipulation because I do have the screenshots of him wanting me to visit up with him to do a threesome with me and Flora. And there are a few screenshots of him doing that. Asking me for explicit pics before I posted them, exclusive images, sexually harassing me. He would ask me to do the same. He would ask me to do the same. He would send me images saying, hey, is this good enough for Twitter? I give him the thumbs up, and then he posts them to Twitter. I would do the same thing to him because we were NSFW content creators at this time. He would ask me, hey, did you take any good things lately? Here's this and this and this and this. I'm thinking about which one should I post to Twitter. Oh, you should post that one. Awesome. So for him to say that things have been one-sided, it's looking pretty one-sided so far. Say they were jealous of me, hanging around with other friends and not spending time with them. I never really got that one. I don't think I ever said I was jealous. I expressed that I felt like left out because I noticed he was pushing me away and stuff. So I just was like, hey, I feel kind of left out. You know what I mean? And I feel like I word this a bit differently in the thread, and I feel like I should have been. I want to say that Twitter thread that I made back in February, like a few hours after this was posted, was absolutely rushed, and I could have spent more time wording things a bit differently, more clearly and stuff. But jealous though, that irks me a bit. I feel like the term left out is what I meant. But regardless, copying my captions and posts, they still do to this day, even after we split. You do with mine. All femboys do it on Twitter. How many chudais and wadas do you see on Twitter? How many could you give me some cuddles? Would you like some cuddles on Twitter captions and stuff? A lot of the femboys on Twitter just copy other captions and stuff. I never went to your fucking account to copy word for word. There has been a few times where I've posted similar posts just to fucking rage bait you shortly after I know you copied from me and even talked about it on your stream. And we'll get into that because there's a certain clip I want to, Not me, I'm an original. The OG. I'm a femboy. How dare you steal my idea for captions? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. And I just want to let you know right now, every single femboy on Twitter, they copy each other's captions. They all do. Hold on, sorry. Sorry, that was bugging me. All the femboys copy each other captions. It just depends on who admits it or not. But they all do, you know? Like, we are all guilty of it, you know? I copy from Bing. Exactly. We all do. As if this is a crime, you know? But I will admit, like, yeah, I stole a few from you just because you copied from me even after I blocked you, deliberately did it, and then try and frame on your Twitter and Twitch. Some people just, some people try and copy my swagger, but like I'm on a whole new level, and you get on your high horse about it. So of course I'm gonna steal a caption from you just to get under your skin to fall for the rage bait. And this time you fell for the rage bait, and in which you posted something really egregious, a very heavy accusation about me, which where did I put it? Let me, because I'm gonna have to open up some DMs, and I don't want to leak DMs yet. But no, the reason why I'm doing this today was because he accused me, and he keeps accusing everyone. He keeps telling everyone about this. And we'll get into this. But yeah, I took a caption from you because, I wanted you to fall for the rage bait. You fell for the rage bait. So now you decide to spread slander about me to not just your whole audience, but to people who I view as friends. And, other streamers as well too. That is harassment, my guy. So yeah, no wonder why we're going about your thing today. So let me minimize that. All right, we're good. We're back on this. Sorry to go back. When you fell for the rage bait, so you gotta mass report them for no reason. Oh yeah, we'll get into that later, Bose. Don't worry. Spoke negatively about others and played the victim in every falling out with them. I reached out to said individuals, and they all said similar things. I want you to remember this line too. This will become the most ironic statement of his career after today. Okay. When we had our falling out, I apologized for the things I've said. You never did. You never did. I'm sorry, but you never did. And made sure to end things on a positive note. No, because quickly after you ended things with me in a call, Mintley and Pink Sakura Ito, I'm just going to say Ito, or Pink, I'm just going to say Pink, two of your former mods, immediately went to me to tell me that you went to them to yell at them about me and just call me a whole bunch of vile things about me to them. They immediately went to me, and I'll show their doc, don't worry, too, about their sides, too. So this is more than just one-sided, okay? Which they love to dismiss because it does not help their narrative of me being a bad guy. Okay. We'll show how Sandwich being a good guy today. We'll do that. Sandwich, I will make a poll later today to see if Sandwich is still a good guy. All right? Just so I'm not framing it like one-sided. All right? I'm just showing you everything and letting you make the decision for yourselves. Okay? Because I believe that that's fair. Let me get a notice about. Okay. Flora brought this up with me too. This was another thing too. This was on the day. This was July 24th. This is how close we were too. This was on the day I went to the psych ward later that night. Right? Flora, I was checking in the audit logs. I'm heartbroken to find out that I accidentally changed your roles. I was verifying members the other day, and I think I accidentally changed your pronouns because I was doing it on my phone. I might have actually fat fingered he, him. Yes, this was during the time. I don't know Sandwich's views on trans people and stuff because he always acted very weird about the topic and stuff. But it weirded my wife out during this time too because both Flora and I were in Sandwich's server, and out of the blue, because you would pick your own pronouns in Discord servers, right? Out of the blue, because my wife is trans, right? Out of the blue, her pronouns would get changed to he, him a lot. And Sandwich is admitting it from the audit logs. The issue is, this happened a few times. This happened a few times, though. But one of the times, Sandwich admits a fat finger to it. I was just at the verifications. So, okay, no worries. Accidents happen sometimes. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Okay, I'm glad that you understand. I have no problem taking the blame for that because it was definitely me. It wasn't my intentional. It wasn't intentional or malicious. That was the main thing I wanted to stay away from. I respect you and your pronouns, and I'm glad everything's okay. He cared about us, and we'll get into a screenshot later of him showing us that he told us he loved the both of us. That was to go back here. Call me their best friend and which made him feel uncomfortable. He told my wife and I several times that he loved us. Okay? I just want to get into that. As I said, I wish them and their partner the best. I wish them success, and that would not publicly falling out. I would also agree to make things they would also agree to not make things public, so I forgave them for that and moved on. You also agreed to keep things privately, but you immediately went to your friends, to your former mods about this to shit talk me while I just mind my own business. This is where the issue is. Is the manipulation. He would call us his favorite people both on and off screen. Again, right? But when I reciprocated that appreciation to him, that's when it feels uncomfortable for him. Unfortunately, they were not extend the same courtesy and went verbal agreement to keep things offline. Went against our verbal agreement to keep things offline. But 2 or 3 months after our falling out, I noticed they would post about hardships they faced in 2024 and could not help to notice they were referring to me vaguely. The irony writes itself. The irony writes itself. I believe it's because of jealousy. That's insane that's your go-to about this. If I express hardships about a bad year I've been having and your go-to is because of jealousy, I'm sorry, that's a red flag right there. That's a red flag for anybody if that's your first go-to about it, instead of understanding where they're coming from. No, they're just jealous. They've had a rough year because they're jealous of my success. I'm sorry, that's a red flag. It sounds like someone who loves to gossip behind people's backs. Okay, I'm not just crazy. Not only because of who I was hanging around, but the community I've cultivated and the speed of which I have been growing. I was upset, but I let go because I do not want to potentially escalate things. You did. This person has a history of escalating situations and manipulating others to take their side. They are the main reason I am writing this, because they play a big part of spreading misinformation and surrounding my character. Well, this folder is going to prove to you and to everyone that I do not spread misinformation. And I do not do shit with malicious intent. I do not manipulate. I don't fucking lie. Today is the definitive proof of me not fucking lying. All right? I apologize to this person in call. You didn't. You've actually verbally yelled at me. They have said multiple times on Twitter that they never received an apology because I didn't. Because I never did. As I am writing this, I've had people tell me this person was in a Twitch chat yesterday venting about our beef live. I wasn't. I was in the chat. Okay, yeah, no, I read that wrong. I was in the chat, in Rellshie chat, about this when it went live. I read it as like I was like on the stream doing it. No, my bad. The streamer they were venting to started to speak negatively about me as well in front of roughly 30 people. This also influenced the chat to speak negatively as well. I am not mad at the streamer because I know that they don't know who this person really is behind the scenes. Well, after enough times, they do know who you are behind the scenes, Sandwich. So, and I like how that's the escalation too, because when a smaller creator talks about it, right, he doesn't care. But when someone larger than him talks about it, that's when he starts freaking out about this. That's when he starts acting like this. That's the thing. That's the thing that annoys me a bit. I would not recommend taking their side publicly about this. Okay, this statement you cannot make. You cannot accuse others of begging to take their sides and then make statements like this. Because that right there is you're asking people to not take the other person's side and not listen to them. That is manipulation right there. That statement right there, right there. Oh, oopsie. Sorry. Right there. That is manipulation. It's either I'm crazy or that's just manipulation right there. And I want to make this statement clear too, just to show that I'm not manipulation. If you still side with him, I don't care. Go ahead and take their side. Show your support. Sorry. Show your support to him. Take your side. I don't fucking care. But at least listen to both sides of the situation. You already listened to his side, right? I don't know what he's doing on Twitch. I don't fucking care. But like I said, like at least listen to like both sides first before you make a decision and stuff. But like begging like others to like I wouldn't recommend taking their side. Like, no, that's manipulation, dude. Just listen to me and don't pay attention to the proof. Exactly. Exactly. That's the issue that I'm having with this, that he's not understanding. He's not getting it. I don't even know if he's watching this right now. Loki, I kind of hope, but like, I don't fucking care, dude. People need to know what you've done. But again, I'm not here to change anyone's minds or opinions. This is my personal experience with toxic individuals on the internet. I'm willing to explain my perspective. All right, let me back out. He's not. Don't worry. Okay. What do you got? A tab on him? That's funny. Let me go to my Twitter real quick. Oh, bitch! I went to Twitch. Cause I need to look up the thread that I made, so I can like read images word for word about it. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna direct your attention over to this thread. So the Google Doc that I made, I'm sorry, excuse me, the Google Doc that Sandwich made, right? He made that. I read it. A few hours later, I made this thread, right? Okay. Now we'll be getting into this section. Okay. Today, a Google Doc has came out about Sammie that has lies and twisting of details and manipulation. I will say, if things do or are worded weirdly during this whole thread, it's because I rushed it at the time. I rushed trying to get things together, word it perfectly, ask a person, hey, does this look, do I make myself clear? Right? I didn't even do that part, okay? And I honestly feel like this stream is a bit rushed too. But I made sure to gather everything, asked several individuals this time, is this a smart idea? Got some feedback, so now we're here. So today a Google Doc came out from Sammie that has lies, twisting of details, and manipulation. While he does express his views about how he feels about it, I want to make it clear that I am not going to dismiss how he feels or invalidate his feelings. But I will, however, tell my side and show screenshots about the things he has done and has said to me and my wife. I don't want to come off as hateful, and I don't want to right now. I don't want to come off as hateful, right? I may not like the guy, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm spreading hate, all right? I'm just showing you what he's done. And what he's done is some shitty actions. For someone, but I don't like spreading hate, but for someone to act like a Sammie and present themselves as someone who wants to spread positivity and kindness, Sammie has not been showing that behind the scenes. If you could take the time out of your day to read this thread, this will mean so much to me. Okay. Show more. So these first two, okay? Here we go. Okay, so now at this point, I'm going to be putting the thread to the side on my second monitor and showing the screenshots. Sorry, I had to turn that off. And show the screenshots of what Sandwich has been saying. So hopefully you can read that. Okay. So if y'all remember this from the thread, right? This is what I'm reading off the Google Doc, right? Twitter thread, excuse me. I have always viewed Sammie as one of my good friends. At the time, for as many times we hung out, I expressed that he was one of my best friends. One of. Not my absolute best, but one of my close friends. I use best and close interchangeably. I felt like we were a duo for as often as we would spend time together. A lot of our communities and other friends would see that as well too. Not to mention how he expressed to me and my wife that we were his favorite duo, or we were his two favorite people. I thought he truly saw us as some of his great friends too. Never did I ever want to make him uncomfortable. I just want to express the same feelings he gave us. Which is this right here. This is important. This was, if you remember this, right? This was the screenshot I turned earlier where he changed the pronouns of my wife. I was just adding a verification. I don't know what happened. I would never do this on purpose. I feel sorry. Sorry to have put you through that. I love you and Rainy. I love you and Rainy. You both are honestly my favorite people because you're so nice. But yet he felt uncomfortable when I referred to him as a close friend. This screenshot is when he accidentally changed my wife's pronouns. Roles in his server to he, him, even though my wife is trans. He didn't want to make her uncomfortable. He expressed that how he loves us both. He loves the both of us. All I ever wanted to do was take his advice, spread the positivity back at him. If I am in the wrong for reciprocating the same feelings that he gave the both of us, let me know in chat right now. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm in the wrong. Like, I'm waiting. Yeah, the camera is in the way of a bit. Oh, but we already read that earlier, though. That's the thing. It was on about the pronouns. Because, like, see? You could just read that right there. It's on about the pronouns. The highlighted part is the thing. It's been a bit more down. The camera's in the way. Okay. What was I going to say? And also, chat, feel free. If I am in the wrong, I want you to point it out. Okay? Because for how he's been acting, like, I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong about this. Okay? Tell me when I'm telling lies. Okay, now we're going to get into the next three. Okay. Asked me to visit him to make ancillary content when we were in a committed relationship. We're going to get into this. I don't mention this publicly, but my wife and I are in an open relationship. Yes, I do sometimes flirt with some of my femboy friends. But at the end of the day, yes, we are married, and I love her more than any person on the planet. That will never change. That will never change. All right? Just because I flirt with my femboy friends, flirt with NSFW creators and stuff like that, right? I don't love any of them the way I love my wife. All right? She is like my number one person in my life that I go to. Like, I told her this. I would never marry anybody else. Like, I don't even picture marrying anybody else but her. All right? Yeah, we are in an open relationship. Yeah, we do make NSFW content with other creators sometimes, right? But I don't love any of them the way I love my wife. Tell me when I'm telling lies. You were the only one who told us about the idea of wanting to have a threesome with her and I. My wife was very uncomfortable with you because of this, especially when you replied to her jokingly about the idea to her, in a public reply to a tweet. I don't know why you have to twist the narrative about this, Sammie. So this right here, right? Asked me to visit them to make ancillary content. Okay, Sandwich, could you explain this, please? Could you explain this, please, Sammie? Chad, I feel like you can read this one. Because it's not that big. This is Sandwich's old Discord profile picture, by the way. So just so I'm not misconstruing anything, this is Sandwich. This is my old Discord profile pic. It says, because Sandwich wanted to tell me something. He's like, oh, I feel like I shouldn't. And I was like, nah, please go ahead. I can handle it. He goes, well, to be honest, I want to have a threesome with you and Flora. I don't go further into details yet. Or I don't want to go into further details yet. Why is that? Why is that? Anyways. This one, though. How do I do this one? Can I? Okay, I could just do this. So this was a tweet thread where it was like one of those trends or some bullshit where it's like you look at all like the astronomy signs or whatever and how they're compatible with like sexual compatible, emotional compatible, or some bullshit or whatever. I forgot what it was. This was Sandwich's SFW content at Twitter at the time. I don't think it's around anymore, so don't go looking for it. So I made the tweet, you know, he's a Capricorn, so I guess it was like real high, medium, or whatever and stuff, or all highs and stuff like that, which is what it said. Sex too. I'll just leave you to a minute, making floor very uncomfortable. Bro, that's my wife. She's always first for me. I sometimes make silly tweets and replies to my friends, but none of them should be taken seriously. I don't mean to sound cringe, but please don't L my wife. That... I don't want to toot my own horn here. Oh, Kenji, hush. That was me. That was me. That was me. Is there mail here? Hold on. No, there's no mail. Sorry. Anywho. Someone's talking about wanting to block this guy. It's like, I'll probably take the L. No, you didn't. That guy took an L for being rude. He then goes, well, he's not going to be able to see the threesome. This is definitive fucking proof that you wanted to have this happen. This is definitive. I don't know why you get on your high horse manipulating like shit like this, dude. And it's easy to debunk too, because your whole Google Doc, like, you don't show a single fucking image. This is literally bro thinks he's on the team. Yeah, hold on there. Dude. Sandwich! I'm sorry, dude, but like, he's getting real upset at me for saying this, but like, I don't mean to go off course and sound, you know, unprofessional, but the way you idolize Kendrick, you want to be Kendrick, you're Drake. You act more like Drake than Kendrick. Anyways, you are not like us. You are not like us. Anyways, let me get into that. Let me get into this. Next one. All right, the next tweet was deleted from the thread because that is the part that's been covering like the heinous, really heinous act that he did, and I'll get into that later. Where is this? So I'm gonna skip that part, and I'll come back to it. Okay. I will admit, during this time, I was having a falling out with another friend at the time, which I'm not going to go into. So, like, I wanted to have someone close to me to vent to about this. So, like, saying jealous was the wrong wording, I will fully admit. So, I do admit, it was long ago. I admit of saying I was jealous. I meant to reword it differently, but I will take fault for saying I was jealous of what he was accusing me for during this time. Copying captions. Where's the part? Did I skip that part? Thread. Copying captions. Oh, I must have put in the word picture for that one. But this was talking about the admitting that I was like jealous part of it or something. Where I think he's getting the jealousy thing from is what I would tell him, that I was proud of him growing and reaching his goals, but I do get insecure about myself sometimes. So I would say that I wish I could keep up with them. I would work harder on myself to grow. I honestly don't see why this is a point needing to be made, which I still believe to this day. Yeah, people get fucking I don't want to say jealous of their friends, but wish they could do some more. Oh my god, I came to buy a repo plushie wrong time. Bought a repo plushie. Ooh, wish I could have it. Yeah, this is a bit of a wrong time. I'm talking about my experience with FemboySandwich. It's how he made me and my wife and his former mods very uncomfortable. So yeah, sorry about this. Today's not one of those days. Today is not one of those days. Okay. Understandable. I will try to be better and tone it down a bit. I also too would like to apologize if I do get a little jealous sometimes. I really hope that doesn't show. I didn't pick up on that. How do you get jealous? If you don't mind me asking. The more the better, because I don't see you in real time, so I might not just be picking up on that. There's me. Oh my bad. Hope it's all good. No, he accused me of he slandered me of a felony, so I'm clearing out today. I'm clearing things up today. Okay, at this point, I do talk about... Okay, this point is so damning. All right? This point is so damning. I also am talking about from this thread right now. I never once influenced anybody about my experience with you. Every single time I have talked about you since you cut me off, they were the first to ask me about you, and I tell them and showed them the truth about the type of person you are. I never went to people about you, Sandwich. People went to me about you, and I showed them the proof of the type of person you are. That's always been this. So to sit there and say that I've spoke negatively about you, you are the same too. Played the victim. You did this. This is you. You are projecting here. I never once played victim. I showed them this, and they decide themselves, okay, fucking Rain's the victim of this because Sandwiches, was weird with his wife, has fucking lied about this, manipulated people about this and this and this, but yet the people that do take your side don't even listen to me because you manipulate them, like Rellshie, like Delta, like all this stuff, like Iggy, because they take your side and they just don't listen, like Miso and stuff. They take your fucking side and you manipulate them, saying I wouldn't recommend listening to Rain's side about this. He's insane. He escalates shit. I wouldn't recommend this. When there is a lot of fucking proof about the abhorrent person you are. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Sorry, Discord. I keep getting notes from Discord. Is it because people are live? No? Alright. Yeah, it's because people are live. I showed them the screenshots of things you have said to me and my wife, telling me that you want to stop being my friends with me because of a business decision. That is true. I think I do believe I get into that later. Not to mention how many people came to me to DM about you, asking why are you shit-talking me in your public server. That was another thing I've brought up too. People came to me asking why is Sandwich shit-talking you publicly in their VC. But yeah, you want to sit there and say that I'm spoke negatively about you and playing victim. Okay. Not to mention how many people... I thought that part. So I showed my toxic experience with you, which is what I'm doing now. I never once played victim, and I'm still to this day never playing victim about this. So there's that. This part right here. Okay. Please don't tell me that the guy is from where else. Yeah, this was right live when it was going on, when Rell was talking about you on her stream, and stuff. You were in the stream. I saw the chat. That's what I'm going to leave it at. Sorry. This Sir Gaming guy, this Sir Game & Watch guy was like really weird during this time too. He would roleplay a lot of his messages in my chats too, and like put a lot of shit in parentheses and stuff like this. Sorry roleplay shit, which made me like uncomfortable. Damn, he's an op. Let's talk about something happier. He has been influenced by a certain individual and used his platform to spread negativity. So enough talk though. I'm moving on, minding my business. The very next day you made your thread, and there's a funny screenshot too. The very next day you post this in your server. This was in response. You post your Google Doc about me in your server, and then you type this. You have not moved on. You have never moved on. And you do not care about spreading negativity about me. Because you do the exact same, and then you sit back with your audience and do this shit. This is not someone who claims to spread positivity on the fucking internet. Tell me why I'm telling lies. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, no, minding my own business. You don't mind your own business, but okay. We had a falling out. Where's this part of the thread? You never apologized. Oh yeah, this is the part where he says he apologized. You never apologized once. This hurts me to say, but all I wanted was an apology from you. All I wanted was an apology for what you said to me during our final private VC and how toxic you treated me. Yeah, he verbally abused me. Like, he verbally berated me in like a 2-hour call and just yelled at me the whole fucking time and stuff. Like, I hate to admit this, but yeah, no, I was breaking down crying like fucking after that call and stuff just because of how he treated me. But yet, he made the agreement, we'll move our own separate ways, and for him to immediately break that promise to go shit talk me and berate me to his 2 mods at the time, who I was friends with, who made them who they were uncomfortable with, of course that fucking made me sad and made me cry. Like, how could that not have been, you know? I hate saying this because what I am hurt most by is what he said in a private VC. I don't really want to do a just trust me, Bo, but if this thread shows you anything, I have nothing to hide. I'm telling the truth and showing 100% truth with 1,000% truth. Sammie would get frustrated with me and begin saying hurtful things to me. One of the things most hurt by was how we discussed body looks. And for anybody that knows me, I guess this is a form of body dysmorphia, or I'm very self-loathing about myself, about how I look. I don't like how I look, and I always try and make an effort to change myself for the better so I can be comfortable with how I look. I would bring up how I'm very insecure about myself. The past year, I would work hard to get to a point where I want to feel comfortable with my own body. Sammie would tell me, I'm going to be honest, it feels like you haven't put in any work at all with how you look. He said this to me in the call while he was berating me, by the way. The other things he said was how when I ended up in the psych ward overnight back in July due to an anxiety meltdown, mental breakdown, Sammie would say, yeah, that weirded me out. I can't be friends with someone like that. For someone who is an advocate for mental health, these 2 things haven't left my mind since then, since they were said back in November. And this was November a year ago. So this is a year later, and these things have not left my mind, chat. Those 2 things that he has said to me. This is not an individual who spreads positivity, dude. Like, I'm sorry. I don't think I got the images. Oh, I did. Excuse me. Here we go. Yes, I will admit that I said Sammie hasn't changed for the better. I do agree that him going on a spiritual change is amazing, and I'm proud of him for that, which I told him in the call. I told him that if you had the spiritual change, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for it. At least you're like finally waking up and all that bullshit. Like, I'm proud of you for it, going on this spiritual change. But the part that I says that it feels like you haven't changed for the better was because of how he treated others, was how he treated me, was that he treated me like shit, that he treated others like shit, you know? The fact that he was acting like such a dick to people was what I think is why I brought up he hasn't changed for the better. And it's not just me that thought that too, which is what I meant. What I said, his behavior and the way he treats people has changed. It's not just me thinking about this. Others has seen the change in him. Has seen the change in him too, including his former mods, which is what I bring up. Hold on a sec. I'm sorry, I lost my train. There we go. And it's like, dude, his mods, his own mods. Yeah, I think, months away from the community and just watching and what's happening on Twitter, it's just a downward spiral. I wish I could have seen the situation more clearly back then, but nowadays I'm just left with the theories on what made him completely do a 180 on people who cared for him. People cared about you, Sandwich. A lot of people cared about you, Sandwich. These Mintley and Pink really cared about you. Me and Flora really cared about you. But ever since you grew and ever since you started knowing all these streamers, you treated the people who cared about you like garbage. So that's what we're upset by when we say that you have changed for the worse, is because you treat people lower than you like fucking garbage. Tell me when I'm telling lies, chat. Prove me when I'm wrong. I'm waiting for it. I'm fucking waiting for it. That's good. That's good range. Also, chat, is anybody still there? I want to know how long I've been yapping for. Is anybody still in chat? Still here? Can you just like type something real quick? Thank you. I just want to see who's here. I just want to take a breather real quick. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This part, yes, we had a verbal agreement not to talk to each other, one another when we split up. But your former mods came to me told me that you were openly shit talking me about me in your public VC. I don't want to speak on their behalf, considering that they do have statements that they want to make too, but I was not the one who broke our agreement. That Sammie came up with, by the way. That is true. And I do have their Google Docs as well too. If you want, by all means, hold on a second. I will do this. Hey, Rel, hope you're doing wonderful. I saw you went live. Let me do this real quick, because I need to search on Twitter right now. And if you, like I said, if you don't want to take my word for it, chat, there's two other statements here too. You know? Because I do have two other statements that you can look into as well too. Here we go. This is Mintley's Google Doc. Hopefully that works. Yeah, this Mintley's Google. Okay, it works. Yeah, I see anonymous people right there. All right. And as well as oh, bitch, I didn't mean to open that up. God damn, my voice is going out. This hurts, chat. This really hurts to do. I didn't even want to do this today. That's the worst part. I didn't even want to do this today. Today is my fucking break day, dude. I just wanted to relax. Okay. And there has been a few tweets from this thread. I'd say deleted, but as you can see, Sandwich is known for whenever there's screenshots about him, he gets his audience to mass report them. So there's Pink Sakura Itos. Both these people's threads and docs, by the way, they're a couple. They're in a relationship, and they both used to be mods for FemboySandwich, by the way. I just want to let that be known. Okay. So let me get back into this. There we go. Also, has a manipulation history escalated things, which is what he made a statement here for. Sammie, every situation I have been in, I always made sure to tell the truth and show receipts, which is something you and your friends still have yet to do. They still have yet to show proof and receipts. That's the fucking thing, too. Even a year later, God, how long was February? How long ago was February? He has still yet to show proof and receipts of fucking anything of my end. He yaps about me to his friends, shit talks me, and then begs them not to take my side or listen to me. And it fucking works. Because if you ask people like fucking Delta and all that stuff, and I'm sorry, Spooksy, I'm sorry to name drop here. I know you're friends with Delta and stuff, but yet they're one of the people that would not like take my side, right? Or I'm sorry, that would not listen to me even when I showed them the receipts of all this that Sandwich has been fucking doing, has been treating me and others behind the scenes. Delta saw all that, I'll think about it, and then he's fucking collabing with them and shit. So I'm sorry for name dropping names, but it's like, these are people who I used to be friends with. That's the thing. I play Skyrim, yeah, fair. But it's like, I know you're friends with them, but it's like, dude, fucking, like, come the fuck on, dude. God, I fucking hate VTubers so much. Fucking hate VTubing community. I fucking hate the femboy community so fucking much. And it's because of people like this. It's because of people like Sandwich. And I guess that's its goal. I guess that's its goal is to try and rage bait me to get me blackballed from the community. There's been several times where I tweeted about how I feel like I'm being blackballed from the community because of Sandwich. If this is not proof, please prove me wrong. I'm begging. I'm fucking begging. I express how I feel a mental struggle. Hold on. I'll be right back. I hear fucking noises. Sorry about that. Anyways, I express how I feel about my mental struggle. I keep it honest, I blunt and genuine with people. And it sucks that you're using these posts that I put my heart and soul into out of negativity as a negative point in your Google Doc. Also, too, once again, we blocked each other and agreed to mind our own business. So why are you looking at my posts? That's a thing that Sandwich does too. So he looks at my posts a lot. He will not admit to it. Actually, no, he has admitted to it on stream. I will show a clip right now. He has admitted to looking at my posts. We've had each other blocked since November of last year. I have yet to unblock him since November of fucking last year. But yet we agreed to move our separate ways. His idea, by the way, and to move on from one another. But yet he still actively looks at my posts. Here's where I feel like I've been going through a mental struggle, where I do feel like I'm being blackballed from the community because of him. He looks at my fucking posts. If you don't believe me, here it is out of the fucking horse's mouth. Let's have a look, chat. When was this? This was like the week before he did his, like, this was like the last stream he did before his current subathon that he's on right now. By the way, this is the stream that he did right before his subathon.
When can I throw money at you? Oh, December. Yeah, Angie pause. We're looking at December for the
Oh,
drop.
God damn it, you can barely even hear him. Fuck, you can barely even hear him. Don't worry, I know the timestamp. Give me a minute. I got the fucking clip though. I'm just saying. Let me just go through here. Fuck it, why not? Like, I have the clip, so it's like fucking, I could just like show the clip, you know what I mean? And it's like, I know which stream it is. Was this one right here.
What I'm trying to do, I'm not trying to be pissed off.
Here we go. I think it's like, here.
I feel like I should just get a new chair when I move out. You know? Just leave this one behind. Or like donate it to charity or something.
Give it a sec.
Or start a fundraiser for a charity with the chair. On the topic of money, when I can throw money at cute arm warmers. When can I throw money at cute arm warmers? Oh, December. Yeah, Angie pause. We're looking at December.
I just want to, before I even clarify, Angie Paws is not even happy about you right now. By the way, I'm talking to them currently.
For the drop.
I'm talking to them currently about this behavior of yours, by the way.
I've been trying not to talk about it as much because, you know, real G's move in silence like lasagna. And not only that, there are people out there copying me. So I'm not trying to say too much, you know, trying to just keep it on the low.
Before we even get into anything, he accuses me of copying him because I also got affiliated with Angie Paws and I also partnered with Angie Paws. And this got under his skin. Like I don't know I don't know why I'm the one being told that I'm copying you because of that. If anything, you're copying Packet. You're copying your friend Packet, who's also affiliated with Angie Paws. Because they got affiliated before you. You're copying Spooksy, who's also affiliated with Angie Paws. You know? So just a circle, a nucleus of me and stuff like that. And you managed to get affiliated just by asking Angie Paws? Exactly. I'm here in all honesty because I was going to do a video for my Things I Hate series. I hate VTubing as a fun little twist. However, ever since coming as a YouTuber into this community, it's been all but one echo chamber. I'm not gonna lie, I have felt more negative feelings since coming to Twitch compared to focusing on my YouTube. I've learned to enjoy doing my own thing, stay in my own lane. The illusion of fame and ego kind of put me off. Exactly. It's easy. You just have to ask them the illusion of fame. Yeah. And you also want me to be affiliated, guys, so I guess I'm copied too. So, once again, who's DMing me now? Oh, no one. It's just people are live. Oh, okay. Sorry, I see a bunch of notice on my Discord here, but it's like everyone going live right now. So, yeah, he accused me of copying, but like, here's the real kicker, though.
But yeah.
Give it a sec. Give it a second. I don't know if you can hear this or not. Let me know if you can hear this.
Yeah. The frauds. I know it. Like, bro, just stop looking at my shit at this rate.
Never did, because I've had you blocked this whole fucking time. Sandwich. Spoiled sandwich.
People are driving themselves crazy.
And this is the behavior I'm talking about too, where you're acting like on a fucking high horse about this too. You project what you've been doing to other people, and then you act like you're bigger than them.
Yeah. After I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm officially done looking at this motherfucker. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. After I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm officially done looking at this motherfucker.
One more time. One more time. Chat, be honest with me before I play it a third time right now. Did you or did you not hear that? Let me know right now if you heard that clip. Just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down type shit. And you know what's funny too? Booze. You know what's so funny too? Saying that he's officially done looking at my shit. This was last month. He still looks at my fucking content. He's still looking. He still looks at my like my Twitch, my Twitter. He still stalks me. He still stalks me. I'm going to play it one more fucking time. Let me know if you can hear it.
People are driving themselves crazy. Yeah. After I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm officially done looking at this motherfucker. Yeah.
And to prove to this as well, I noticed around the time he mentioned this, he unblocked me. At this point, he unblocked me. So he is referring to me, chat. Like, he is referring to me. He unblocked me during this time. Right? But then he reblocked me again shortly before this stream. And then he goes to say this.
Yeah. After I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm officially done looking at this motherfucker. Yeah.
You admit on stream that you still fucking look at me. And yet you say that you're done looking at me, which is a fucking lie, Sandwich. He's looking for attention. I'm the attention. My name's not attention, buddy. My name's not attention. My name's not attention.
Driving themselves crazy. Yeah. After I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm officially done looking at this motherfucker. Yeah. And I haven't even thought about it since, you know, because I'm like, it's just gonna piss me off.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. You still think about me. You still think about me, Sandwich, and it shows. It shows, like, through your tweet today. It shows this right here. Hold on. It shows right through here. This was shortly after, too. Yeah, it still shows that you still think about me. Don't lie to your audience, Sandwich. Sammie, don't lie to your fucking audience. I never do that. I'm always honest and genuine with my audience. Even if it makes me look like I'm cringe, even if it makes me look like I'm a lol cow, I never ever fucking lie to chat or my audience or my community. You, on the other hand, lie out your ass regularly, and it's not me who thinks this. It's some of your peers, some of the other streamers, some of your friends too. And I want you to guess who. I want you to guess who. But you lie out your fucking ass. They try and copy me. I'm on that next level shit. No, you stalk my shit and copy me. You stalk my shit and copy me, dude. And it fucking works. It fucking works. Cause, oh, bitch, where is it? I don't even have the one, but like, fuck. It's the tweet he made today. I need to save that one. Where's the tweet? Where's the tweet? Let me show this. Yeah, there's the tweet today. That's what he made. Scumming the earth. Yeah, people who do it. People who did. Me personally, honestly, buddy. Hold on a sec. Now we're getting into the real shit. Now we're gonna get into the real shit of this. Cause like I love how people say sponsorship when they really mean affiliate. I did Angie Pause not because I cared or used their products, but to make a silly statement to my friends. Oh, yeah, I got affiliated because I actually really like the socks, you know, and I wanted to like something on brand with me. You know what I mean? I'm risking it now, you know, because of this. But I'm talking with them as we speak about Sandwich's behavior. Cause like fucking, I get it. They're probably mad at me for fucking. We don't condone harassment of other. We don't condone, you know, this and that about other creators and stuff. Surely, they probably don't condone, you know, like off brand behavior as well too. Like this. You know what I mean? So yeah. He keeps making this statement too. This is the lie that he's running with. Just want you to know that. But yeah.
You know?
But yeah, he will.
That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be pissed off. I'm trying to just have fun and just be silly.
Me too, buddy. Me too. But you're not doing a good job at it. Sorry, that was a little mean. That was a little personal. Sorry, my bad. That was a little personal. I'll take the L for that one. That's the one L I'll take all day. Am I still going on about the thread? Yeah, and this is, like I said, the manipulation and shit that he still goes on and on and on about this. He does this manipulation tactic a lot, where the way he acts, he talks to his chat. Oh, this individual is influencing. This individual has said this or this. You know what I mean? One of the things, too, I need to bring up is the fact that this is from the thread. The reason he wanted to stop being friends with me, this is what he's told me, was because he had a spiritual awakening, right? And he wanted to move away from other NSFW content creators. What was it? We are now moving away from the Google Doc to wanting him to cut me off because of a business decision. Yes, I do make NSFW content, but I don't promote it on my main accounts, which I sure to keep them separate, which I still fucking do. Now, there's nothing wrong with moving to safe for work content. I don't have an issue with that. I still don't think I have an issue with that. I still think that I don't have an issue with that. Okay. Now, there is nothing wrong with that. There is a problem with you stop being friends with someone because they make NSFW on the side, but you continue to collab with other 18 plus content creators, do 16 plus streams where the channel boards is where you're slapping your fucking thighs on cam, where you got your crotch cam on stream, and yet your mods have brought this up to you, but you lashed out on them because of this. Not to mention how you have an 18 plus channel in your Discord server at the time when this happened. Alright, I'm gonna go do stuff, so I'll see you later. I'll be watching the VOD. Keep the VOD open just in case like you need to ban some harassers. Let me take a break real quick. Oh. Sorry, I keep going on and on. I might have to make timestamps about this. I don't care what the issue is between you and your friend. If you have to cut friends off because of a business decision, I'm sorry, but you are the problem. I don't give a fuck what you think. You are the problem. And the fact that he sit there and tries to dance around telling me that, you know, Oh, yeah, I'm not pushing you away, but I'm pushing you away. But we're just out saying it. I'm sorry, but you cannot you cannot confront an issue to save your life. I'm sorry, Sandwich, but like when it comes to conflict, I want to know how you handle a real situation, like in person. Do you just run away? Because that's what you've been doing, with me. People don't know about your dirty little secret. I'm just letting you know. People don't know about your dirty little secret. I'm not trying to send them to you just to end up finding NSFW content. You don't find NSFW content. There has been plenty of fucking people. My audience doesn't know I do NSFW content unless I talk about it, which I rarely fucking do, I don't brand myself on my mains. I don't brand myself as an NSFW content creator. I don't make porn on the main, buddy. It's not hard to find the NSFW one because you look it up. You look it up. That's the thing. When you're friends with someone, it recommends you their other accounts that they use. That's just the algorithm. It's either you're doing this out of malicious intent or you're just incompetent. There's no in between. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I'm just doing this for business. Like, it's genuinely not personal. I can't stress this enough, but I can't be sitting there watching you make stuff, then me telling you that it's okay or not. This is a business decision. This is you admitting that this is a business decision. If you wanted to be my friend, you would understand that this is a situation, it's just business. You cut me off because of a business decision, and you act all high and mighty about, well, hey, I guess he won because he's at 4K subs and he's asking his fucking fans $5,000 for his face reveal. When I'm going to be real with you, Sandwich, I'm going to be real with you. If they look up Dick Gumshoe on Reddit, they could find your fucking face. Okay? I'm just saying that. They don't have to pull money out of their fucking pocket for you to do this. Watch this. I'm gonna do a Sandwich face reveal. Watch this. Hold on a second. Call this a crash out. I don't care. Watch this. This is Sandwich. I never reveal my face. Oh, sweet. $5,000? Okay, and it goes back on. Big moment over. You post your face so many times in your old Discord server. It's only a matter of time until someone makes a fucking burner account just to post it and just to spoil your big moment. You do realize that everything that you post on the internet will haunt you, okay? I know this more than anybody because I used to be in the fucking commentary community, and these are people that do not let shit go, dude. No matter how much time you move on, and you don't let shit go because you still stalk all of my accounts. You still think about me to this day. That's my that's the thing, dude. This is the reason why this is still going on, is because you fucking think about me. Even you can't have your cake and eat it too. It's your agreement that you wanted us to part ways, but then you immediately go bitching to your friends, your former mods, about me who I'm friends with, and then you act all shocked and butthurt because they went to their friend about, hey, what's he been saying about you? It's making us uncomfortable. Like, what's happening between you guys? I thought you guys were friends. We don't like how he's talking to us about you. But yet you want to act like you're fucking high and mighty about it. You want to act like you're a fucking high horse about it. Because you know fucking Line Chew and all that stuff. Because you know all these big streamers and shit. And yet you guilt trip bigger streamers than you to take your side. You manipulate. This is manipulation, dude. Your Google Doc, where is it? I swear I had the picture somewhere. I thought I had the picture. Did I? Pretty sure I did. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, I found it. You manipulate people. Your Google Doc that you made, your shitty little Google Doc that you made with zero proof, you manipulate people bigger than you into thinking what you're saying is absolute truth, but there's no evidence of it. But yet when I try and clear my name about the lies that you've been spreading about me, my wife, your former friends, you try and punch fucking down. You hurt people and you fucking giggle about it. And before I even say, oh, I'm being dramatic, or you fucking giggle about it, this was right after you posted that Google Doc about me with zero proof. Right after you post that Google Doc slandering and manipulating my fucking name, you giggle about it to your audience. You don't go around spreading positivity. You don't cultivate a community with, that lifts each other up. You spread hate and you sit there and lie. You spread hate and you act like, oh, that wasn't me. I didn't do it. I'm the victim here. That is not like the work of a fucking big streamer, dude. That is not the work of someone who wants to spread positivity. That's coward shit. Tell me when I'm telling fucking lies, Samuel. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it too. Asking for money for a face reveal is insane. Dude, Dream never even did that shit. Fucking Minecraft YouTuber Dream. When he showed his greasy face on stream. Hold on a second. Or on YouTube? Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Despite what you think about this little jit, right?
This is weird. Hello. Hi. Turn around. Drop it. Alright, for real. I'm dropping it.
Sorry, I have to watch this. Yeah, when he did... Sorry. When he did that, he never asked for a single fucking penny. He just did that because it was funny. I don't like him, but, like, he did that and it was fucking funny. Alright? It's funny that you think that your face reveal is worth more than this troll face right here. Right? Asking $5,000 for your face reveal is so egregious. I'm sorry, but, like, don't treat your audience like that. Don't treat your fucking audience that helped build you up like that, dude. That, to me, shows that you view your audience as nothing more than piggy banks to you. If that's not proof, I don't know what. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling fucking lies. For real, for real. Okay, what should I get into next? I'm still trying to think of what's next. All right. So, there's the copying thing. We already talked about that. We already talked about my Twitter thread of his. His audience, though. Let's talk about your audience real quick. So, your audience that you've cultivated and developed has been harassing me for months. Okay? I've tried to put it off because they're fucking, who cares about them, right? But these are not... Once again, I'm saying that, like, for you to fucking sit there and say that, like, that you spread positivity and you wanted to build up a positive community, you've been doing a piss poor job on that. Because these are two of your mods. At least I think one of them's your mod. I know Corey Complex is your mod. What's in the unsolicited nudes folder? Oh, okay. We should probably get into that right now before I get into his audience. So the big thing that Sandwich has been accusing me of was because when I made my thread, remember how there was like a deleted part in my Twitter thread, right? there was a part that was deleted and got mass reported because I showed screenshots, censored, imaged screenshots of Sandwich sending my wife unsolicited nudes that she did not ask for. This was last year, and this is the proof of screenshots to show. So we'll go by them. This is what I said about the situation. This is the post that was removed because I don't care what you say. When you mass report a tweet, you can get it deleted, right? That's just the way it is. So I got put into Twitter jail for, I guess, like a week or so, or like a few days or something like that. I don't remember because of it. But because of this, Sandwich has sent my wife and also to Mintley, who was one of Sandwich's former mods, Pink Sakura Ito, the parts where it says deleted were a part of his thread. There we go. The posts that were deleted in his thread are the parts that were mass reported by Sandwich's audience to try and cover up the evidence. They still have the images. I don't on their end, but they were in this thread right here. As well as right here and here. And if you're watching the YouTube VOD, you can pause and do it anytime. Okay. This is the trigger warning that I'm putting on right now. This is the trigger warning. But I made sure that these images were heavily censored. Okay? It's FemboySandwich right up there. This was on his NSFW Twitter account. This is when my wife first met Sandwich. Hey there, I'm doing well. How about you? Good to hear. Did you see my recent tweet? Sending some pics if you want some. Yes, I did, but I also just wanted to say hi. I'm pretty happy I met you. I've enjoyed hanging out with you in the server and talking with you. So, we can kill we can hit two birds with one stone. And then next is the images, which I will show in a bit. But this right here, she's referring to this caption about, did you see my tweets? And his tweets are just him. They were him in cosplay. There was no nudity at all. This was just him in his cosplay. Nothing more, nothing less. He says this. She doesn't say yes. And before she even answers this one, you just send them anyways. Just completely ignoring her saying yes. She says yes right here in response to seeing your tweet. Not to you wanting to send nude pictures. You still did not get a consent from my wife to be sending your fucking gross nudes. Your nudies. And to show proof, this is him censored sending fucking nude images to my wife. These are heavily censored. I made sure you don't see any of it. But yeah, no, this is him. And you could tell because that's his part of his face right there. I had to make sure of it, but this is indeed FemboySandwich sending unsolicited nudes to my wife. And this is the part where things get serious because I posted these images in my Twitter thread. He gets his audience to mass report the thread, and now he's telling everyone else that I posted revenge porn of him when these censored images, in which by all means do not count as revenge porn. There's a fucking testimony right there from a big streamer that you rated very brief, you rated this week. I'm just letting you know, you rated this streamer weekly, and they even agreed with me that this is not revenge porn. So, I don't know what you're telling people saying that what I sent what I posted was revenge porn when that is not true. These are heavily censored images, and even if you don't believe me, if you don't want to take my word for it because you are that petty, you go to Google. It's the first thing that shows up. Are censored images revenge porn? No, censored images are not revenge porn. Censored images have been altered while porn. Non-consensual distribution of the images. It not involves sharing intimate photos without consent. Revenge porn is the non-consensual sharing of sexual images or videos. It is also known as image-based sexual abuse and non-consensual pornography 1, 2, 3, and 6. Censorship, on the other hand, is a form of control that alters and removes content for various reasons, which may include making a non-consensual image safe for the general audience and still classifying the original act as non-consensual. So, Sandwich, Sammie, Samuel, Silly Samuel, look me in the fucking eye right now. Don't be spreading this fucking slander to people to try and get them to block me. You have been doing this shit since February, and I'm fucking sick and tired of it. You sit there and you say, the people that post revenge porn are the scum of the earth. This is unprofessional. This is a bit, I'm sorry, but you are fucking scum of the earth for doing this shit. For fucking damaging my mental state, my livelihood, hurting my wife. You hurt my fucking wife, which I care about more than anybody. You have fucking done this since February, and yet you still think about it because you stalk all of my accounts. You admit to it on stream that you still look at my shit. Your tweets, your subtweets about me prove otherwise, that you still fucking think about me. All I want you to do is leave me alone. Leave my wife alone. Stop sending fucking explicit, unconsensual images to my wife, to your former mods. Just quit being a freak, man. Because you accuse me of being a freak. Take a look at the fucking mirror. Take a look at the fucking jit posting all these fucking maid dress outfits and shit in the fucking mirror. I know you got a big one because you always take selfies on it and stuff. Take a look at your big ass mirror and realize who the freak is. Take a long look and realize who the scum of the earth is, because it's not me. And hopefully today shows that it is not fucking me. I don't like to do this, chat, but fucking, if you look at my knee right there, this has been the mental state for the past fucking year of me. Having to deal with Sandwich has mentally fucking breaking me, has been blackballing me from a community that I felt supported and I felt like I belonged in. You keep lying about people to try and get me excluded from everything, tries to isolate me from everything, blackball me from everything. It's mentally fucking breaking me, Sammie, all right? For your harassment and abuse from you and your audience, I relapsed in self-harm. And I don't want to victim blame this shit, all right? Oh, woe is me, all this bullshit. I'm bringing this up because the result of your actions, lying and manipulated, has resulted in me relapsing in my self-harm habits. I've tried for months to work on myself, better myself, because I don't want to end up in a psych ward again like I did last year. I don't want to end up like that again, but your abuse, your harassment towards me and my wife has resulted in me relapsing again. And you don't care. You really do not care. That's what's been driving me. Sorry. That's what's been driving me. I'm really trying to word this carefully. That's what's been hurting me the most, dude, is that you hurt my wife. And instead of apologizing, you just ran away. You took no accountability for your actions, and you try and act morally superior to others. But I'm sorry, any seriousness that you have, any moral superiority that you have is completely overshadowed by how much of a heinous person you've been. I need a minute. Let me just take a minute to breathe real quick. I'm sorry, I'm out of air right now.
So we're going to show you some new weapons.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm out of air right now. Chat, are you still there? How's chat doing? Can let me know if you're still there, chat. Yeah, fuck this sandwich guy. Thank you. I don't know. I don't want to be the type of person to say, yeah, fuck this person, but it's like, I'm just showing you the proof of what's been going on. You come up to your own conclusions. You come to your own conclusions. I don't want to manipulate people into thinking for you. I want to hug you in Florida bear hug style. Thank you. I need a minute real quick. Sorry, I'm losing, because I've been dealing with anxiety for like, I get it from my mom, believe it or not. It's when I go on and on and on and on like that, I start to like lose oxygen in my lungs real quick. So it's like I'm trying to like take a minute to like get a breather and stuff. Also too, I'm like losing my voice as well too. So it's like I need a minute or so. Yeah. It's personal if he goes for your wife. Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing nothing but defending my wife this whole time. She's too scared to say anything on her own and stuff. Because she like suffers like social anxiety just like me and stuff like that. But it's like way worse for her. She's too scared to talk about this on her own platform. Because Sandwich has a bigger platform and a more fucking like vicious platform. She thinks that Sandwich's audience that he brands as building everyone up, right, will harass her. She thinks that. As someone as happy-go-lucky as Sandwich, she thinks that he will go after her again if she speaks publicly about this. Sandwich, Sammie, Silly Samuel, Spoiled Sandwich, you have scared my wife. You have made my wife feel so fucking uncomfortable. Are you proud of yourself? Are you fucking proud of yourself? Are you happy with this? Why can't you confront your actions and take accountability instead of hiding behind a spiritual change? The first steps taking accountability to becoming a better person is admitting fault, which you have yet to do. Even in this stream, I've taken fucking L's and happily admitted to it. Speaking of his audience, let's move on to that. Let's move on to his audience now. Now that we covered the unsolicited nudes part, let's move on to his audience. This is stupid. So, what was it? I know Complex Corey is one of his mods for him and stuff, and I know Masquerade's like one of his friends and stuff. I don't know what their rank is and stuff. Role is. But they were just fucking starting shit with me. Even after, this was like shortly after fucking, we talked to a bakery VTuber, not gonna name names, but told us both that we need to like move on from each other and focus on ourselves. Actually, no, this kind of just like started that because they noticed that, said, hey, what the fuck's up with this? And then asked about it. So what was it? I gotta take these off so I can like watch my tone, so I don't piss off the neighbors. I made a poll: should I start a podcast with friends? The highest paying job he'll get is McDonald's cashier and stuff like that. Just stupid Stan bullshit and stuff. You know, job application, like all this stuff. And it's like, if it was just some random people, you know, who cares, right? I get that shit all the time on Twitter just because it's some internet randos, right? Who cares? What I found out afterwards, pay attention to these names: Masquerade and Complex Corey. This was in Silly Samuel's Silly Corner VC in his server. These are all the people that he was with at the time when these posts were being made. I have been skeptical about everyone in this image since, especially the top two, because those were the two harassing me. I don't care what you say. But these were all the individuals that were in VC when the harassment was going on. So it's either these two did it without Sammie's knowing, or they were just all shit talking me. You know? And if he's so against his mods and people harassing other streamers, why keep them around? This Complex Corey, dude, he's still a mod for Sammie, dude. He's still a mod for Sammie, right? And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He doesn't condone harassment of others. I do not condone this. I have not sent anyone from my community to spread hate towards any other creator. Hey, so what's this? So what's this? Send me an Indeed link. Sandwich, the amount of times you've been fired from your job, you need this link more than me. I'm just gonna be real. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies. So, anyways. Okay, this is intriguing. So here's a screenshot of all of his mods that are listed here. Right? This is a screenshot of every single one of his mods at the time in February of 2025, this year. So, I want you to take a look at this Trivial Efforts guy. Notice how it's the sole profile picture right there, right? He's going to be the topic of this subject right here. Just remember this guy. Hold on a sec. Remember this guy right here. This is the mod. This is the mod list. This is the mod list. Okay. Even then, here's a better look at him. Trivial Efforts. Trivial Efforts. Right? Remember this guy. Okay. Now we begin this saga. Now we begin this fucking thing. So, remember at the very start of the stream, I said that when I was reading his Google Doc, it was because of a result of my friend Rellshie doing a stream talking about the sandwich thing, like a few days prior to Sandwich making his Google Doc on me. If anybody remembers that, there was a discussion in DMs. I have it too. Hold on. I have it too. Here's the full discussion. There was a discussion in DMs between Rel and Sammie where one of Sammie's mods harassed Rel in her stream chat, spreading the lies that I spread revenge porn again, which I never did. We debunked that. So we'll go through this one by one. This is just, right here. This is the proof. It's a Sandwich message Rel. This is the message right here. Hey Rel, it has come to my attention that you were experiencing harassment on stream. I did not send anybody from my community to spread hate. My goal is to never spread negativity. I made sure to tell people who support me to not engage and to respect everyone involved. Right off the bat, we're lying. Right off the bat, we're lying. Right off the bat, we're just lying. We're just lying now. If you want, you can give me their names, and I will make sure they get banned. That they are a part of my community. Rel says, hey, also don't worry. I know you didn't send anyone. I know how people tend to act on their own, and that's not on your fault, of course. One of them was making multiple accounts. ModView was tagging me, tagging them as suspicious users, so it's pointless to ban the burner accounts. So, that profile pic looks a bit familiar. ETAI Soul. AI Soul. ETAI Soul. So this is what, this person said. Hello, loser, fuck you, you. So fake. Good spelling, by the way. Which, they've been banned, right? Simple harassment, just a fuck you, right? But that profile looks familiar. The profile looks familiar, though. Who knows? Probably nothing. One was saying stuff like loser, fuck you, fake. I banned them because he was being annoying while I was talking about other topic. I don't know if he was a regular chatter of yours or if he was mauling at me for other reasons. I also apologize for responding too late. Okay? Thank you for letting me know. I will be sure to handle this situation properly. Also, can I ask you something? I am not bothering you, of course. Sure, what's up? Why won't you just apologize to Rainey and the others about everything? Which is fucking fair. All I want is an apology from Sammie for sending nudes to my wife without her permission, without her consent. That's all I wanted. This one got fucking cut off. I don't know if Rel has the first half of it though, but I apologize to him wholeheartedly in that final call. You didn't. I mean it. You didn't. I generally wanted to end things on good terms and not have bad blood. You didn't. We both agreed that we'll not speak to each other publicly, but he did 2 months. But he did 2 or 3 months later. That fact, you broke that promise. Literally the next day when you bitched and moaned to Pink and Meatley in your public VC, you broke that promise. You did. You did. I'm willing to squash the beef. I need to be official. The way he handled... You're not official. Fuck off. The way he handled the recent situation was uncalled for, in my opinion. He posted revenge porn to me. I never did. Which is a felony. I don't take kindly to felonies. I would like to apologize for that. I'm not trying to keep prying at the situation because it is not good for my mental health or my community. For your mental health, huh? How do you think the other people felt how do you think my wife felt? How do you think her mental health felt when you sent her, your nudie pics without her consent? How do you think Mintley felt when you sent her the same images without her consent? How do you think Pink and Mintley felt when you were berating their friend in front of them? Like, how do you think I felt when you berated me? When you told me I didn't do when I didn't work hard enough on my body, when I'm already suffering from, like, fucking body dysmorphia? How do you think I felt when my friend who I thought cared about me told me that the fact that you went to a psych ward is fucking weird? I can't fuck with that. How do you think I felt when you're spreading this lie about me to others? Start thinking about others more. Start thinking about others first than yourself, Sandwich. That's one of the first steps to spreading positivity on the internet. Care about the others, not yourself. What am I getting a Discord message for? Oh, it's just another ad, everyone. Also, I know you're watching this too. I know you're in chat watching this too. But, again, if you tune in late, watch the VOD when I upload it later. Because immediately after stream, I'm uploading this VOD and posting it. About you. About you. Rellshie, I mean, it's neither good for you and Rainy's mental health. I also saw your ex-mods making threats and showing screenshots of chats with you. Rainy also said in one of the tweets that the call didn't end well. It didn't. He also showed screenshots that you said some bad stuff at him after the public call. I did. That's why he was hurt about this whole thing. Also on the first tweet, the pics where you censored before the post got taken down. The pics were part of the screenshots and not uploaded individually. I'm just trying to understand the whole mess of the situation, because if things would happen at the end of good terms, none of this would happen. And even if, okay, let's say Rainy is lying here, he had showed chat logs and screenshots. More people to back everything that he had shown. That's the thing. I show evidence. Sandwich, a year later, how many screenshots have you shown to prove your side? Fucking zero. Tell me why I'm telling lies. I'm sorry, one image of me talking in Rell's chat, telling the truth about Rell's chat, which isn't even that much. Anyways, in regards to my mental health, I'm doing just fine. No, you're not. Fuck off. I have not looked at anybody's socials. I don't like that don't like me. Yeah, you have. Yes, you have. You admitted on camera that you have. Yes, you have. Don't lie. Don't fucking lie. People have caught you fucking lying and told me about it. You're a fucking liar. You're a sociopathic liar. Sociopathic liar, dude. I really think he's a sociopath. I really think so. I made some mistakes when I was NSFW. I've changed my ways. No, you haven't. Because I understood it was not... Well, you changed your ways, but you're an asshole now. I understood it was not good for me. All the evidence Rainy and the others have is all of me at my worst and potentially taken out of context. It is not taken out of context. We're not doing this. We're not doing this in Big 2025. I made sure that all of it has the context with it too. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. This is manipulation right here. Oh, all what's been said about me has been out of context. Point to it. Fucking don't just say it, dude. You can't. You can't. I know you can't. I know you can't. Anyways. Ray himself told me that my spiritual change was for the worst. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I did not. Your spiritual change, I told you, was good for you. I'm glad that you had a spiritual awakening. You acting like a dick was the part that I was pissed at. And it's not just me. It's not just me, silly Samuel. Rainey said we used to be friends. What friend doesn't want to do what's right for themselves? What friend posts revenge porn? Posting revenge porn, censored or not, is a felony. That's two things. Time out. Time out. Time out. Posting revenge porn, censored or not, is a felony. Huh. 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 What law school did you go to, cunt? But they're right here saying, what friend does that? This is the manipulation thing what I'm talking about. What friend says Rainy said we used to be friends. What friend doesn't want friends to do what's right for themselves? What friend does that? What kind of friend would do that? What kind of friend fucking posts nudes, sends nudes to their wife without asking? I'm sorry, without their consent. What friend posts nudes to their friend's wife without their consent? Did I just blow it from Stupid Town? Like, what's going on here? Am I going insane? Is this rage bait? Is this rage bait? Is this rage bait, dude? Legit. Nah. Yeah, what kind of friend? Yeah, nah. What kind of friend you been doing? Oh, fuck you and your felonies. You don't know shit. You do not know shit. I don't like felons. All right, cool. Go into jail then. Can someone in chat give me, like, the crime punishment of sending unsolicited nudes to someone? Is there like is that like punishable by law, real quick, for like sexual harassment cases? Because I was talking to some other people and they said if I get his info in the jurisdiction, if I get name, location, right? Like I have a good case for a sexual harassment case against him. Like that's the thing, and I'm very, very looking into that. I'm very looking into wanting to get a sexual harassment case against him. I know you're friends with dumbasses who think that that's not enough proof. I'm asking many people here who come up to their own conclusions, and they're saying this is enough proof for you. You know, it's looking really bad on your end. And because I have to keep that to myself, I'm willing to share this with us. I feel a little embarrassed for the whole drama being on my mind so much because it sucks. I really thought Sammie was a good friend, and it really hurts me to see him treat me. I don't know what that is right here, like this, and being dishonest about how he presents himself, which is all I've been saying. I'm going to go to bed now. Okay, that's just I'm exiting myself from the situation is what it's translating to. I'm going to go now. Okay, good night. Take care. Blah blah blah. This thing though. This part bugs me a bit. He says he'll handle the situation. If you remember that someone was harassing Rell in her chat, someone with a profile pic that says soul on it, right? It said soul on it. Hi, hope you're doing well. I think this is the next day. Hi, hope you're doing well. I noticed that one of my chatters told me that both of those chatters came to my chat. I'm bringing you this directly because I don't want it necessary to make a whole post about it when I can go directly to you about this whole situation. I'll check and see if you follow me, but Soul will not be active in my community anymore. Chat. Soul will not be active in my community anymore. I need to check something real quick. Real quick. This was back in February, by the way. This was back in February. Is there a 11? Where's... Oh my god. Since March 24. When was this? Chat. #1 top donator. Hold on a second. Soul will not be active in my community anymore, he says. Is that an alt? Is that the same one? Is that the same one? No way that's the same one. That's on March 24th, right? Let me have a look. Let me have a look-see here real quick. Let me have a little look-see. I need to look up something. Okay. So, because the point I'm trying to make is that this trivial efforts guy I was bringing up at the start of this section is Soul, because it's the same profile picture, you know? But I'm trying to look at when we talked. Okay, so trivial efforts, January 12th. And this harassment was on 2/18. I think it might be the same Soul. Because I'm looking at the images right now. They're the same background. So no, lie number. I don't know how many. I've lost count at this point now. Rest assured, you will not have any more problems. That's a fucking lie. Yeah, Soul is still in your community. You lying ass liar. This one though. So if this one bugs me a bit. This one, and I really wish Sandwich talked about this one. Cause this account's not up anymore. But there was an account harassing Rel called Femboy Burger Deluxe. And if anybody knows Sandwich, his whole identity is oh, burgers are sandwiches. Oh, burgers are sandwiches. So, I'm thinking that I'm speculating this might be Sandwich on an alt. That might be Sandwich like on an alt account. Because they were made January 29, and the only account they followed was Sandwich. Like, that was the only account that they followed. You know? And here's the proof. Because this was in Rel's chat. No profile pic. 0 followers. Created January 29th. And the only person that they followed was Sandwich. And they went to Rel to harass. And if you looked at the messages, reposting a thread where someone posts revenge porn of the other creator. Motherfucker, he can say anything. You don't post nudes about another person publicly. But I didn't. I post censored images. Imagine supporting a motherfucker posting revenge porn. You're going on about this lie too much. I don't want to say it's Sandwich. But I haven't seen him prove me wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I tried looking up the account. It's not on Twitch anymore. It got deleted. So if I know Sandwich, he covers his tracks. That's what he's best known for. Depending on the state of the country, it can be considered harassment. I'll look into it. Yeah. I'll look into it. Huh. Yeah, and so also too, I want it to be known too. I had to look this up. Sandwich won't admit that this is him, but only because I had to search it up. Can you make an alt on Twitch just to follow yourself? Yes, you can create an alternate account just to follow yourself, but it is against Twitch rules for fake engagement and is a form of viewership botting which can lead to your main account being suspended, while you can technically create an additional account for your own use, and enabling the additional account creation settings and using them to boost your followers is against Twitch terms of service. Something to think about. Okay. So back to the discussion. Oh yeah, so we're here, Femboy Sandwich Deluxe. I hope you're doing well. As opposed to my chats. I noticed that one of my chatters told me that I didn't both use it. I'm bringing this to you directly. Chatters, as in multiples, I've already already handled the Soul guy. You didn't. Yeah, I showed you 2 people that I banned. Soul and who else? Let me actually check to see if I can send you the other. I didn't screenshot it, my bad. I'm in the belief that he changed his name, and also I noticed that he is one of your mods. I'll check to see if they follow me, both accounts, but Soul will not be active in my community anymore. Rel has a program that can see people's mods list. Don't fuck with Rel. But this right here is what I think tipped Sandwich off. Because Sandwich got upset about this and blocked Rell. Rell sniffed the shit Sandwich was producing. Sandwich got exposed and blocked Rell. And Rell believes this because, where is it? Here's that Trivial Efforts guy I was on about, who has the soul profile picture, you know? Trivial Efforts says, hello, loser, fuck you, so fake. Here's AI, here's Soul. Hello, loser, fuck you, fake, so fake. So you can see Tamps, 1610, 17.1. 1610, 71, Trivial Efforts. Sandwich did not get rid of Soul. He never did. He never did. Where is it? Where's your mod list at? Am I keep pausing it? Oh yeah, here's another screenshot of Femboy Burger Deluxe and Sandwich's in Rell's chat as well too. Here we go. Your mod list. Yeah, Trivial Efforts. There's Soul. Right there. And as you can see, when you got that little sword, that means you are a mod. You are someone's mod in someone's chat. Sandwich deliberately lied to Rell and did not get rid of this individual that we have proof of harassing Rell. Sandwich lied. We caught Sandwich lying. Same profile pic. Everything. You don't condone harassment. I'm sorry, but you are a liar. You did not keep your promise. Because you still have the harasser as your mod in your community. As well as another one. At least I think two others. At least I think two others in your community. And if you want proof, here's your proof. I do not believe a single word that you say, Sandwich, when you say that you don't condone harassment in your community. You do when you do not like the individual that they're harassing. I don't know what your fucking issue is with me after this whole year. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And you're still going on about me, even today. You still subtweet me. You still copy my ideas. You still steal my captions. You steal my friends, viewers, everything. You steal, and you sit on a high horse and don't admit to it. You manipulate people into taking your side because you pretend to be the victim when you have done so much harm than good. But hey, doesn't matter. I'm getting thousands of dollars and I'm getting thousands of followers. So what difference does it make? For as someone who idolizes Kendrick Lamar as much as you do, you act more like Drake. And I hope that fucking gets under your skin. I really do. I really, really do. I don't like to get malicious like this, but when you keep acting like such a prick, I'm sorry, but someone has to call it like how it is. Someone has to act genuine. I don't want people to take my side just because it's one-sided, all right? Take my side if you genuinely believe so. If that's your honest opinion, you want to take my side, go ahead. If you want to support Sandwich, I don't care. Just get the fuck out of my life. I don't want to deal with you. I really don't. And I hope people watch this and be genuine with themselves. That's all I ever wanted to say to my audience. Hold on a sec. Let me get the webcam on for this. I don't go around spreading positivity and all that bullshit. The big message I want everyone to leave after I'm streaming, after I'm working, be genuine to yourself. Be genuine to others around you. Be your genuine you. Because if you're genuine and you turn out to be a shitty person, then people don't want to deal with you. But if you're genuinely a nice person, then yeah, people want to deal with you. That's the thing. Sandwich is a disingenuous person. I'll admit, I'm a piece of shit too sometimes. I'll fully admit that. But if you want to, like, take my side, if you want to hang out with me, if you want, to, like, involve me in your life in any way, that's completely your choice. I don't beg it. I don't beg for shit like that. That's just gross. I hate that shit. When you start basing your whole, like, friendship around business decisions, that shit is gross to me. You keep the cancer on your side, all right? What do you do with cancer? You cut it out of your life. So no, I'm done hiding this shit anymore. If you don't like me, I don't care. I couldn't give less of a shit. If you want to side with someone who is a sexual harasser, right, who actively lies and stuff like that, by all means, go ahead, deal with that shit. I want nothing to do with you. I absolutely want nothing to do with you. If that's who you think is a good friend, then by all means, you deal with that. You deal with that. I don't care. I don't care. So, what's there to do now? Any questions? Anybody who's still in chat, any questions about this? I'm fucking hungry. I'm gonna get something to eat real quick. Feel free to ask me anything about this, and I will gladly clear up anything. All right? Yeah, now it's question time. Because I remember someone wanted to ask some questions about that right now. So now's the time to ask me some stuff. I will be right back. I'm going to get something to eat. Not everybody at once now. Dude, I look like shit. I didn't even get in the fucking shower today. Do I feel a bit better about this? No, I'm still pissed, but like, I guess this is like a more update, better version of basically what I posted about in February and stuff. So at least like, there's just one go-to thing that like anybody can point to and go to about this stuff. You can point them here to this VOD. I am gonna make a tweet about this after it's done uploading, because I'm sick of this. I'm really sick of this shit. Give me a second. Sorry. I need a breather real quick. Yeah, I need a breather. No, I'm genuinely hurt and annoyed that, like, I don't know. It's one thing I've been like saying like the past years. Like, I don't know why I don't know why people can just get away with their shitty actions. Cause like this shit's mental. Like, we want to talk about his mental like health. Like, this has damaged me physically and mentally. to worry about this shit, that you harassed people and you can get rewarded for it. That's all that's telling me. That's like all that it tells me, dude. And it sucks. It really sucks that you feel like you can just get away with that. For someone who sits there and like goes on and on and on about their audience and their like whole branding being like such a positive, let's spread positivity on the internet, let's do this and just spread some positive. You don't do that. You hurt individuals and you run away about it. There we go. Are we good? Are we good now? On accident, I'm sorry. You run away from your actions and you don't take accountability for it. You don't own up to yourself. You blame this on, oh, this was in the past and stuff. Yeah, it was in the past, but you never like said sorry. You never owned up for taking fault. I want this to be over more than anybody, Sammie. I will gladly talk this out with you, but the actions that you've been doing for the past year need to fucking stop, dude. You have been hurting people. You don't spread positivity on the fucking internet. And I'm sorry, no amounts of fucking subathons or $5,000 face reveals do this shit. And I didn't even bring up the time where like you copied like my idea for a charity stream in March and you never even gave away any of it. Like I didn't even bring that up because it's like such a fucking whatever thing, you know? But no, I feel disgusted. I feel disgusting. I feel gross. And it sucks I knew you. It sucks I actually knew you. It sucks I actually like used to call you a friend and you just fucking did spat in the face of that. So it's fucking whatever. All right. If there's no questions, I'll give it a few minutes, like a minute or two and stuff. But if you guys don't go questions, I don't even know if anybody's here. Chat, are you here? Are you live? Anything you want to ask me about this whole thing? I'm never ever, depending on how much, I can't say never ever, because this might happen again if he chooses to do this. Because guaranteed, what's going to happen is he's probably going to make a stream about this in response to try and rally up people behind me and try and manipulate and stuff and take shit out of context because he's done it already. He's done it already. You know, when he came back to stream, he just lied and took shit out of context. So it's like, it's not shocking, you know? So, yeah, I don't really know who to raid at this point now. I might not even just raid. I don't know. I don't even think raiding would be in good taste for this. Yeah, no raid for today. No, it's fucking gross having to deal with an individual like him. It's sick. It's gross. But that might be it. I'm trying to like look at everything right now to see if I really like missed anything. I don't really think I did. But I just hope I can actually like move on from this. Cuz this is like a real like gross like individual that I want like nothing to do with anymore. But he won't leave me or my wife alone for the past year. So at some point I have to like put my foot down and like say something about this. You can only go so far with your actions before you can't like complain about this. You know what I mean? Cuz you did this to yourself. You know? Like, you did this to yourself, so you can't really, like, complain all that much. I'm just trying to think of what he's gonna do next. I don't know if I should, like, worry or not. But, like, if he makes a stream, I know he's just gonna, like, lie about it. So what's the point? Because I know he's just gonna lie and spread hate and manipulate his audience. I've already proved to it, but yeah. I'm trying to see what else we are doing. Yeah, I might be done. I'm just yapping for too long now. I'll turn on everything. Dang, you possibly even, like, come back to me about this? Hold on a second. Yeah, not yet. I don't even think they're awake yet. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, everyone, if I feel like I've let you down and stuff. I don't like doing shit like this. This shit makes me feel, like, really anxious and gross afterwards and stuff. I got into a big heated argument. Go ahead, cuddle with the floor. Yeah. I got into a big heated argument, like, before stream with Flora and some friends on if I should do this, if I should take his rage bait and stuff, but this is what Sandwich wanted. If anything, yeah, this is what he wants. He just wants me to crash out and talk about this. He gets a kick off of this stuff. There's evidence to prove so. Like, it's right here. Hold on a second. Like, it's right here. This is what he wants. That's what he asked for. So it's like he can't really complain, He did ask for it. Literally. So I'm trying to figure out what else do I need to turn on. There we go. I turned all the stuff back on. I will also, I guess, turn on everything else too on this. So there's no, not the funny wheel, sorry. There's that. Oh, Kenj, hush. Yeah, see, even Kenji's pissed. Even Kenji's upset. Even Kenji's upset about it. Let me go to... Oh my gosh, hush. Hush, 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 hush. Shh, 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 shh. Stop with the phone stream, there we go. I think one of the neighbors just, like, came home or something. Sorry about that image. What am I forgetting? Sound alerts, Tangia, group reactive, that's on, VTuber's on. I'm not even in anything. Actually, no, off. Pause logo. Do I have the logo up on? Yeah, I do. Alright. I think that's it. For today's stream. I'm sorry again about everything that's happened for today. I can't guarantee that it's gonna... I don't see it as crashing out, but rather you defending yourself in facts. Thank you. Things will return to normal tomorrow. I don't know. Depends. But I'm done for now dealing with this. Because this is a gross individual I don't want to be thinking about anymore. But I can't promise you that, because sometimes people make mistakes and it just depends on if they grow from them or if they end up not learning anything. And in this case, this is an individual who didn't learn anything and results in the hiding. His is false, you know? Yeah, I don't know. So that'll be it. Thank you for your time.